Billy and Jeff talk art.
Let's join the humans now as they talk about fashion, tattoos, Halloween, art school, sculpture, and spray paint techniques.
Let's rock.
Eve the Kid, how are you?
I'm good. You?
I'm doing good. You know, me and Jeff are starting this goofy YouTube channel. I'm actually going to have you on before I bring Jeff on. This is why I think you need to have a younger friend. You know, I'm older than you, and you teach me things. You teach me about social media, right? Video games and fashion, because you know I have no fashion sense at all.
Yes, you do. You kind of remind me of a 60s little greaser in a way, because you wear the rolled up denim, you roll up your jeans. You know, that's a hip thing now. People do that. The classic Converse and the t-shirt. You got like that classic 1960s look.
I just wish I had some hair to go with it. What would you say your style is? I would say you're sort of a mixture of some classic like 80s pop mixed with like a skater kid, mixed with like some Run DMC. What do you think about that? Am I hitting that on the head?
Yeah. I don the leather jacket, you know, a band t-shirt and some denim jeans and some great kicks. You can't go wrong.
It's funny that you're so into the 80s, because you weren't really an 80s kid.
Nope, just born in the 80s.
What makes you love the 80s so much?
I don't know. I just think I love the nostalgia of it, and just seeing, like my brother being 8 years older than me, he really got the kid nostalgia of the 80s. Like my brother got to experience Nintendo fully. You know, Nintendo has just always been in my life.
And with your tattoos, a lot of your tattoos are video game related tattoos. I'm going to show some while we're talking here. My generation, everybody had like a couple of tattoos, but your generation, it seems like people have tons of tattoos. Why do you think that is?
I think we're definitely in a different society than we were. I think it's more accepted to have them. I think people, you know, my generation, I don't know, I think people really want to just define themselves with them. I mean, it just really varies, but I mean, my tattoos personally define me. They are who I am, like personality-wise. I mean, what I'm into.
I like how you'll sort of pick two themes and blend them into one. Like one of your latest tattoos, it's like a gun, and who is that with it? Is that Kirby?
Yep.
So he's a video game character, and, that tattoo's really cool. I like that one.
I like the yin and the yang, the Bullet Bill and Boo swirled together.
Most of the characters are Nintendo characters, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, those are the most classic, iconic characters. Did you have a chance to look at that tattoo artist's work? What'd you think of his stuff?
His work was really great. It's very detailed, very intricate. Yeah, he had really clean lines. His work was very in-depth. Like, it was good.
I know. This episode's featured Instagram artist is going to be this Vancouver-based tattoo artist. His name is Boria, and I'll put the links here so you can see what his Instagram tag is, and so you could also see what his website is. But that's what I thought. He had like some of the most clean, perfect lines I've ever seen. And if he does a tattoo that has a mirror image, if it has like two parts to it, the symmetry is perfect. It's very original. I've never seen anything like it. Eve the Kid, thanks for chatting with me about all this stuff.
Yeah.
I had to put you on this show because you're always surrounded with art.
Word up.
I want to thank Eve the Kid for talking to us. I want to thank tattoo artist Boria for letting us show off his tattoo photography. I'm going to bring in Jeff. I met this guy at art school. Jeff, how you doing?
How you doing, folks?
You're going to be watching Jeff right now, going to get his mail in a Halloween costume. Jeff loves Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween is more than just one day a year for me.
Now, Jeff has a big Halloween party every year, and he has tons of Halloween props and costumes. But this year, because of COVID,
we're stuck just talking about it. Does that bum you out?
You have no idea.
Yeah. So I met Jeff at art school, and one of my earliest memories of hanging out with this guy. Do you remember we had to draw naked people?
Oh yeah, that was the highlight of going to college.
Well, I'll be honest, fresh out of high school, I was really immature. And sitting in a room when people would just take their clothes off, and we would be forced to do this figurative drawing class. We had to sketch and draw everybody. I was almost embarrassed the very first class we went to, but then the more you do it, the more you get used to it.
Yeah, it was something, every day.
But I remember there was this old retired fireman who would come in, read the paper with a cup of coffee. He was overweight. He'd be half asleep. He'd disrobe, sit in a chair, and he would just sleep the whole time while we drew him. Do you remember that guy?
Oh yeah. That guy was disgusting.
But anyhow, Jeff is going to show us some of his sculptures. So he basically makes articulated action figures out of bone, wood, fur. What first made you want to do that?
Well, I've always loved toys, and I've always liked creatures and monsters, and I thought, well, I'm going to buy one of these Dremel tools, these power rotary tools, and see if I can sculpt and carve my own action figure. Everything jointed, the arms, elbows, legs, knees, jaws, everything, and just see what comes of it.
This guy looks really nasty. Does he have a name?
Actually, I never named him, but if any of you viewers out there come up with a cool name, definitely let us know.
Now, is his jaw jointed? Let me see that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got some clear teeth in there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. And this plastic, where did you find the clear lucite plastic?
Well, that was those came from a statue of like a wave, and then it had some like sea turtles and sea horses, little figurines on it.
Oh, cool. So
I just took the wave of the ocean,
right,
of that, just to get that acrylic, just
and
so
just
I
chopped it up.
Chopped it up.
Use what you could there.
Yeah, just to make those clear spikes.
Okay, everybody, this is a really awesome wooden figure Jeff made. This next one is, he looks like, is he an abominable snowman?
Yeah.
I mean, this thing is gorgeous. I mean, his face, I don't know if it's picking up okay on the video, but he's got really just a perfectly detailed face. Now, this is all wood too, right?
Oh yeah, and they're all jointed.
That's amazing. So the head's jointed, right?
Yeah, the head's jointed.
Okay.
The arms,
the
elbows,
are jointed, right?
The wrists.
And look at these feet. I mean, I see you sign the bottom of his foot there, right?
Oh yeah.
You carve when you sign, because you made me and another friend of ours a figure, and when you sign them, you always carve your name into them, which I like.
Yeah, carve everything and the date.
That wind when it runs across that fur. Where'd you find that fur?
Well, it's that art store Packatans.
Yeah.
They had some rabbit fur there, and I'm like, well, I always wanted to use some rabbit fur.
Is it real rabbit fur?
Yeah, I believe so.
See, that's what I miss about the good old days. We could go into an art store. Now Amazon took over everything. Everything near us has closed down. So we have to buy everything online now. Here in Ohio, there's not very many stores you can go find cool art supplies anymore.
In the back of him, I do that trick where I put a little sliding door so you can get to the inner workings of it, how I attach the arms and head.
Now, did you ever name him?
I think I just called him Yeti.
Oh, Yeti, okay.
Yeah.
And you have a lot of figures you've made. This one, it just looks so he looks so regal for some reason. He just looks like if he existed in real life. Looks like he would be the king of some snow world or something. How do you picture him?
Oh yeah. Yeah, something from some kind of Lord of the Rings kind of
but
medieval series.
But he doesn't appear to be just some hunk of muscle. He appears to actually own some land, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
I mean, this guy's the king of some place. You don't want to mess with this guy. Yeah,
You don't want to mess with this guy. Yeah, for all you guys out there, if you were interested in wood carving, just like me, I had no experience. Just try it. Just pick you up one of those Dremel tools, those rotary tools. They come with millions of different bits and carving tools, and just try it. Just try something small. Get a little tiny piece of wood, and just do a face.
Yeah, if anybody makes anything, send us a picture and we'll put it on the show.
Oh yeah, I'd always love to see other wood carvings.
Jeff, we'll catch you later. We'll see you on the next show.
All right, see you guys next time.
Okay, everybody, this is my box of spray paint, and I love to use spray paint with my acrylic paint because I love graffiti. I love the way it looks on a canvas. These caps, when you use your spray paint, these caps are going to get all clogged, and there's a couple of different things you can do. You can soak these caps overnight in some mineral spirits, and then you can take like a little piece of metal from a twist tie to clean them out. Or you can go online and you can actually buy new caps. These are actually designed to fit certain brands of cans. So a lot of the sellers will list, for instance, that these caps work with Krylon cans, or maybe the caps work with Rust-Oleum cans. But I wanted to show you the different caps you can get. There's all different sorts of effects these different caps can give you. Some of them are fat tips, some of them are skinny. But let's run outside for a second. I want to show you guys a couple of spray paint tricks that I learned that some other artists have taught me. Okay guys, this is a painting I did called Green Algae from Mr. Red. And that's Mr. Red down there, that skull. Everything underneath the blue circles that you see, that's all acrylic paint. And I wanted to sort of make this skull look like he was underwater, so my wife gave me the idea to spray paint some blue circles on here to sort of give the effect of, bubbles or water. So I made these templates by cutting around some glasses on a piece of cardstock, and then I just laid those over the painting and did a light mist with blue spray paint to sort of give the illusion that there was a little bit of a water effect going on. That's the algae there. I have like a burgundy paint underneath the green, kind of to give it some depth. Those light bulbs, they might be maybe some ideas that this skull is thinking about. This original and prints of this painting are available on my website, artbybillytherobot.com. But that's one of the things I do sometimes is I make templates, and then I utilize spray paint to sort of mix a couple of media. So I kind of like mixing the acrylic and the spray paint. You can get some cool effects. Okay guys, this is a painting I did called Bob Says Goodbye, and this is a man saying goodbye to people he's lost in his life. You can see them flying above, they're angels. And I want to show you how I did these clouds. I actually learned how to do that from another artist, and I used acrylic paint for everything underneath the clouds, but for the actual clouds I used a little trick that I learned from another artist, and I'll show you how I did it. So you take a piece of cardboard and you just tear it. You just tear it in a crazy little fashion like this, and what you're going to do, take a can, you could use any color you want. I just chose to use white for my painting. But you want to just lightly mist over top of that rippled edge that you tore. And this I'm just showing you on a sheet of cardboard for an example. But what happens when you do it is you get this neat little cloud effect. And I know it's kind of hard to pick up on just cardboard, but when you see it on a painting, it looks pretty cool. You can even change directions of it, lay it down a little bit thicker, and what happens is you get this cool little ghosting little cloud effect that looks actually pretty cool over top of some existing work. The trick is you never want to use too much spray paint. You could really end up ruining what you're doing. As you can see here, I tried not to use too much. I tried to kind of be as light as I could, maybe a little darker in areas, but I didn't want to totally cause everything I did to disappear. But yeah, that's a little trick you can use if you ever want to spray paint some clouds over some existing wear. That's pretty much going to do it for this show, you guys. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and please comment. Check out the description box below. We're going to put links to the other artists there, and you can check out my website as well. We'll see you at the next show. Appreciate it.